Come and see me. Come and help us. Shut up and listen. Go and wake Mary up. Go and see who it is. He and I are cousins. Don't drink and drive. He can read and write. He likes ham and eggs. Tom and I are friends. I tried again and again. Name and address, please. Please sit here and wait. Speak slowly and clearly. Come and see me right now. Go and sit by your father. He likes bread and butter. Mary and Jane are cousins. Take a breath and hold it. All's fair in love and war. Come over here and join us. I sat between Tom and John. It was nice and cool there. Kim and I are the same age. She looks nice and healthy. Stay calm and do your best. Stay here and wait for him. Tom and I are good friends. You and I are the same age. I got a shave and a haircut. She hit him again and again. Do your best and don't worry. He is a teacher and novelist. John and Anne like each other. She is working night and day. Tom heard this and got angry. I went there by bus and train. Life is full of ups and downs. Life is not all fun and games. Tom and John are good friends. You and he are both very kind. He likes geography and history. He may come and see us tonight. He tossed and turned all night. I lent Tom and Paula my camera. I stopped smoking and drinking. Joe and I saw a lion yesterday. Mary and I became good friends. She has a soft and clear voice. The sky grew darker and darker. Tom and Frank are good friends. All plants need water and light. Come and see me once in a while. Turn the knob and open the door. Why don't we go and see a movie? A ring and some cash are missing. He bought a lot of flour and oil. I passed the exam and so did Tom. I'm sick and tired of hamburgers. It was getting louder and louder. Mary and I are in the same class. May I have your name and address? She put on her coat and went out. Tom and I have nothing in common. We got behind the car and pushed. Come and see me anytime you like. Come and see me at 11 o'clock. He applied for the job and got it. He has a large house and 2 cars. Janet bought a skirt and a blouse. She got on her bike and rode away. She hates fish and never eats any. Take a deep breath and then relax. Come and see me when you have time. He stood up and took a deep breath. I have a fever and I ache all over. I hear from him every now and then. She got into the car and drove off. That nurse is very kind and polite. Do you know where Jim and Nancy are? He appears to be strong and healthy. He beat the odds and was successful. He studied hard and passed the test. He was sitting between Mary and Tom. I have a sore throat and runny nose. I left the rest to him and went out. I should go home and get some sleep. She invited Tom and me to the party. The horse stopped and wouldn't move. She argued with him and then hit him. I forgot the key and went back for it. She sat next him and listened quietly. We provided food and clothes for them. I have a sore throat and a slight fever. I have aches and pains all over my body. I hear that Bob and Lucy have broken up. I will write down your name and address. Won't you come in and have a cup of tea? You can't have your cake and eat it too. Come and visit us in Paris sometime soon. He finished the beer and ordered another. He thought it over and decided not to go. I can see a lady and two dogs in the car. She has a cold and is absent from school. I asked him to come with me and he agreed. I think Tom and Mary are secretly married. May I have a pillow and a blanket, please? Roger slipped on the ice and hurt his leg. He writes to his mother every now and then. I always confuse John and his twin brother. My father and mother have a big farm there. Please plan to leave between 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock. She confronted him and demanded an apology. There is an urgent need for food and water. He added a little sugar and milk to his tea. He sleeps during the day and works at night. How often and how much should I feed my dog? I bought a watch and I lost it the next day. Ken and Joe went to the park to play tennis. She worships him and the ground he walks on. Earthquakes and floods are natural disasters. How about stopping the car and taking a rest? I always have coffee and toast for breakfast. I do not and never will feed my dog raw fish. She looked at him and knew that he was angry. The bank opens at 9 a.m. and closes at 3 p.m. Tom and Sue have known each other since 1985. He played the guitar and she played the piano. He reached across the table and shook my hand. I feed my cat every morning and every evening. I like to give gifts to my family and friends. Tom is caught between a rock and a hard place. He can speak both English and French very well. I can't tell Tom and his younger brother apart. I had a headache, and I took the day off today. I have to check and see what the contract says. John and Mary have known each other since 1976. She lost her money, her family and her friends. You should plan to leave between 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock. Even with all his wealth and fame, he's unhappy. I have a lot of money and enough time to use it. Let's wrap up this work now and go out drinking. She held him tightly and never wanted to let go. Some students like mathematics and others don't. Tom likes oranges and eats 3 or 4 a week. Tom took off his clothes and put on his pajamas. You've got to give up gambling once and for all. She stared at him and that made him very nervous. We did a lot of singing and dancing at the party. Jack and Betty have been going steady for a month. Tom likes to stay home and read books on weekends. I intend to phone Tom tomorrow and ask him to help. I'm going to call Tom tomorrow and ask him to help. Let's spread the map on the table and talk it over. There has always been war and there always will be. Tom came on Monday and went back home the next day. I haven't eaten since breakfast and I'm very hungry. Let's spend less time arguing and more time working. She watched him and the other boys playing baseball. The boy took off his clothes and put on his pajamas. Why don't you pull over and take a rest for a while? He caught the first train and got there just in time. He complained about the room being too hot and humid. I checked my briefcase and umbrella in the cloakroom. I plan to telephone Tom tomorrow and ask him to help. Jim looked right and left before he crossed the road. Last Sunday, Mary and I went to the library together. She knelt beside him and asked him what his name was. She walked up to him and asked him what his name was. Susie doesn't speak Japanese, and Tom doesn't either. For some reason, I'm wide awake and can't fall asleep. She grows flowers such as tulips, pansies and daisies. Let's go out and eat dinner together from time to time. She tells him to give her all of his salary and he does. Tom came on Monday and went back home the following day. You should spend more time outside and less time inside. I canceled my hotel reservations and stayed with friends. I opened the door and saw two boys standing side by side. She calls him every night and talks for at least an hour. She grabbed him by the hand and pulled him onto the boat. Today I just feel like staying at home and doing nothing. Tom decided to give up city life and live in the country. Have you told everyone when and where the meeting will be? I always thought that Shirley and Alan would get together. I'd like to spend less time at work and more time at home. Tom and Mary have been married for more than 30 years. I don't have any money and I don't have any friends either. I owe Mary some money and must pay her back by next Monday. Spend your time wisely and you'll always have enough of it. A water molecule has 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. Last night was very hot and muggy, so I didn't sleep so well. Open the window and let some fresh air into the room, please. He stopped smoking because his wife and children asked him to. Go straight down this street and turn right at the 3rd light. I plan to contact Tom by phone tomorrow and ask him to help us. I put some cookies on the table and the kids ate them right up. Last night was very hot and muggy and I didn't sleep very well. Mary and I have been acquainted with each other for many years. Nowadays more and more people prefer country life to city life. Stop beating around the bush and tell us what you really think.